10,000 YouTube subscribers, launching my own NFT project. These are just two of my goals that I've set for 2022. Let me share the others with you. I'll reflect on 2021 and I'll talk to you about why I think it's really important to set goals. Hello everyone, my name is Ethan Rushock and today I'm going to be going through my goals for 2022. And I'm also going to then reflect on 2021, what I learnt, because that was the first year I'd ever tracked goals. So I definitely learnt some lessons along the way of how flexible you've got to be, but also ways that I can keep myself more focused so I do achieve the goals that I set. So I track my goals once per week. On a Monday morning, I open up my goals spreadsheet and I put them in. I'm a numbers person, so a lot of goals are number orientated, but I found tracking them once a week was really interesting experience. So 2021 was the first year I did this. And I quickly learned that my self-controlled goals, which are the things I'm in complete control of, I really wasn't consistent with them because I had that mindset that, well, if I fell behind on where I should be at with them, I can catch that up at a later point. I also discovered that you've got to be flexible with your goals, is that sometimes you can set goals that no longer are relevant. So those ones kind of petered out and I didn't really care about them, and therefore I never put the effort in to achieve them because they just weren't as important to me anymore. So I'll start with 2021 and I had 8 self-controlled goals, which as I said, they're things that I'm in full control of, and I only hit 4 of them. And I think the reason for this was, as I just said before, is that some of them I thought, well, I'll catch that up later. Others, things changed a bit, or I got busy at times of the year and I couldn't keep up with the high standards I'd set. So the highlight for me of one of the goals I did hit when it comes to self-control goals was I managed to get over 104 postings on my Rushock Accounting social medias. So that was going to be 2 a week. I just wanted to get consistency. You know, I might ramp that up in the future, but that was a goal and I hit that. And the other one was actually one I didn't hit, but I still hit 91 YouTube videos throughout the year. So I was aiming for 104. I fell just short. But considering this was my first full calendar year of doing YouTube, to get over 90 videos, I was really happy with. The exercise goal is a good example of a self-controlled goal that I thought I'd catch up through the year, and maybe I set a bit too high. So I wanted to do 300 exercise days of the year, which come to approximately 6 a week. I thought, oh, that gives me 1 rest day per week, and I only ended up getting to 169. So I didn't even really get close at all. I only just got over half of that way. And I found I fell behind early. I was busy early in the year. We moved house, moved town, a lot of those things happened. And therefore I thought, oh, I'm just not going to get to this. And therefore I stopped even trying at times. Some weeks I'd only get 1 exercise day and just fell so far behind. I've been a lot better with it in the second half of the year. And when you see my 2022 goals, you'll understand that I'm setting another one, but I'm setting it much more realistically. The external goals are really interesting. So these are things that were out of my control. Yet I managed to hit 4 out of 5, and the 5th one was impossible due to an injury I suffered. So it was really crazy that I set these external goals and I thought they were still quite high. So for an example, I wanted to get to 1,000 subscribers. I started the year on 167. Well, I ended up ending at over 1,800. So I almost doubled where I thought I wanted to be at. So I thought I'd set these goals high, but maybe I didn't set them high enough. But it was really cool to track these along the way and really smash a lot of them. So I set a revenue target for my Rushock Accounting business and I got over double this. I also set 2 other ones in relation to a number of individual tax returns I did, a number of new business clients I picked up. And again, these ones I significantly beat what I aimed for. So I was really happy with these external goals, but I did realize a few of them were too similar to each other. So when I've set them again for 2022, I've changed them and I've set them at a much more higher stretch target. And then the final one that I had for 2021 was a mindset goal, and it was to make decisions quicker. I didn't want to and ah about decisions that I didn't know about. I thought, you know what, just make a decision. You're never going to know the alternate, so just make that decision. And I think I was a lot better with that. So I'm giving myself a tick for that one because I feel like I made a lot of decisions. I made a lot of big decisions to, buy a house, significantly expand my business, etc. And I made them quite quick. And once I'd made that decision, I just stuck at it and gone, well, it's done now. Let's focus on it. Now, before I go through my 2022 goals, I'd love for you to be able to go and check out the Discord link that's in the description of this video. The Discord is where I'm sharing lots of tax tips, business tips, personal finance tips. People are asking questions. We're starting to build a good little community in there. And the other thing is I'm dropping all the details of my NFT project, Rushock's first in there. So I'd love for you to head over to the Discord, become a member of this community that I'm trying to grow. The goals for 2022. Well, I've set the same number of goals. So we've got 8 self-control goals here. And I'm going to share 4 of them with you. So the first one is the exercise one. And I've brought this down from last year and I'm going for 250 exercise days for the year. So So it gives me about 5 a day, gives me a couple of weeks spare there where things might get busy in that. But it's about on average 5 a day. So that gives me 2 rest days per week, but I think it's something I can seriously achieve. I've been running a lot over the last couple of months, so it means I can go for a couple runs, whether it's a couple gym sessions. And if I end up playing sport again, you've got training sessions or games. So I think it's definitely achievable, and it's something I want to make sure that I really try and keep consistent and try and hit that 5 a week rather than having a week of a 7 and then a week of a 2. The next one is YouTube related. So it is 104 videos. I'm aiming for that 2 per week again. And this year, I really want to focus on getting that. I know I can get up around that 90 range, so it's not going to be that much of a stretch. But again, it's just consolidating those efforts and hitting that consistency. The third one is a simple yes or no one, and it's launching Rooshocks, my NFT project. I've already obviously put a lot of work into this, and I have no doubt it will launch in 2022. Still aiming for that March launch. But it is going to be a big achievement for me. So I definitely wanted to set that as a goal. Even though I've already done a lot of work towards it, it will be a big achievement when I pull that off. And then the fourth one I'm going to share with you is that I want to be able to run a 12-kilometer distance at once. So I'm building my way up. That's just over a quarter of a marathon, but I'm building that up. At the moment, I'm probably sitting around the 5K range. So to get up to a 12-kilometer run will be the biggest run I've ever done in my life. So I'm working towards that throughout the year, and I'm really excited for that one. So you see those 4 ones that I've shared with you, and there are 4 others that I'm going to keep a bit more personal, but they do range. I've got personal ones, I've got business-related ones, I've got the NFT project, and that's what I'm trying to do, a mix of goals, both personally and professionally. Now, I have set 5 external goals, so some of them are revenue related to my business again, but I've set these 3 that I'm going to share with you, and they are to get to 10,000 YouTube subscribers. So I'm only at 1,800, so this is a big stretch goal, but I really feel if I dedicate and my channel keeps growing, I can get to 10,000 a year. The other 2 are I want to get 1,000 Twitter followers and 1,000 Instagram followers. So if you're not already following me on Twitter or Instagram, make sure you head over there and do that. And the reason why I've set these, and I don't like setting follower goals at times because sometimes you can get caught up in those numbers, but those platforms are ones where I can grow my business or I can help a lot of people through. So I have set those goals because it will show that I'm being consistent, and by being consistent, the follower growth will grow, and then that will hopefully allow me to share more content and help more people. So that's why I've set that around those 3 platforms. And my mindset goal this year is to be able to take more phone calls. So I can get busy at times and not be able to answer my phone as often as I'd like. So I want to really jig my calendar around so I am available for phone calls more often. And then when I'm not, be able to set up external voicemails, etc. to tell people, look, I'm not available. This is the best way to get in touch with me. So it's by continuing to make myself more available is one of my mindset goals. So I want to quickly touch on, before I finish this video, on why I think goal setting is important and what I learnt by doing it in 2021. So that was the first year I'd actually scored and set up a spreadsheet. I've set goals in the past, but not really tracked them. And so I made it, okay, each week I'm going to, once a week, update this. So I've got that in my calendar as a reminder to make sure I tick that off each week, update the spreadsheet. And I found it really fascinating and motivating to track this through the year. And also that things change. Like I said, some of those goals didn't become relevant and therefore I just ignored them, or others I thought I'll catch up later. It was really interesting to be looking at it each week. So one of the things I'm doing so that I will achieve these is I'm breaking these down in my spreadsheet to kind of have a better idea of, well, what do I need to do each week to achieve the end goal? So, if it's getting to 10,000 subscribers for the year, well, kind of how much do I need to be picking up each week or each day so I have an idea of, am I tracking along with that? And I think that'll help me keep consistent and achieve them. And that leads right into consistency. I'm trying to consistently work at these goals. So one of the ones I have set that I didn't talk about before, but I do want to read or listen to 6 books for the year. So that works out to be 1 every 2 months. So it means working on that each week, not going, oh, I'll listen to 6 all in the last month, which is kind of the attitude I took last year. So it's being consistent at them throughout the year. Each goal also has a reason on why that goal would be important to achieving some of the longer term life aspirations I've got. So things like the exercise, well, that's going to make me more fitter, more healthier, which is something that's really important to me. Or growing the YouTube subscriber base helps grow the business, or whether it's going to help with my NFT project. So those goals are set with a reason in mind. And the last one's going to be a bit of a weird one, but it's not being disappointed if I don't achieve the goals and knowing that maybe it's still a success. So last year was a prime example of that. I didn't hit my goal of 104 YouTube videos, but I still got 90 odd, and that consistency was excellent and the channel grew. So 90 is better than 20. So by tracking these and getting as close as possible, and then in some cases going way past that, is what matters. And it's not the goals themselves, it's working towards them in the process of it that is really important for me. I really want to hear from you guys. What is your number one goal for 2022? Share it in the comments. I appreciate you watching. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. Go check out some more of my content, and I'll talk to you guys again soon.